am, I'm not going to do that. We now are going to spend some really important time with a skill that I have found changed my direct selling business. You all see me and know me as the person I am today. Been in the industry again 25 years, I've done all this stuff. When I started, I knew nothing. I am nobody special. I am not anyone that any one of you ladies can't be successfully in this industry because I knew nothing when I started. When I started, I was even in the cosmetic industry, didn't like cosmetics, didn't like women. I was in show business, and they weren't nice in show business. So when I got in, I just was a good student. And when I first started, I had some sales, and I, never really team build because my director did that for me in the beginning because I was really like this little lamb. What they used to call me was the eaglet. Because I was an eagle, but I was just a roommate. Because, I started this when I was being abused. So I was not in a good situation when I started direct sales and didn't realize it was going to save my life. So the one thing I go back to look at that really made the difference, and taking me from being a wounded eaglet, well, my director had to do so much for me, and God bless her that she did. She really scooped me up and helped me, did interviews for me, and I watched everything she did and every party she ever did. But then there came a time when I took this class, and since then, I have taken this course probably, I want to say, 8 or 10 times, from Bill Cantrell to John Maxwell to some of the top people in the industry that have taught this. And when I got a handle of this, it not only changed my sales, not only catapulted me number 11 in the nation and recruited, it changed the dynamics of how I dealt with everyone in my life. Well, you're not going to be so frustrated, like, why is she doing this? Or why doesn't my husband understand? Or why doesn't my mother-in-law get it? Why are we clashing? And you're going to understand the personality types. It's kind of like, you ever heard of the love language? I have not read that book, but when I'm hearing about it, it's kind of similar. You're being loved by somebody. They just show it in a different way. So there's nothing wrong with them. They don't hate you or not love you as much. They have a totally different language. So you're going to learn that in a minute. This is kind of going to be your language. And you're going to kind of laugh now when they laud at yourself. And you're going to laugh at, that's why she does that. Or that's why we connect so well. Or that's why I frustrate the heck out of that person, because it's that in me that's going to make her crazy. And it's okay. But the most important thing I'm going to teach you after we take this quiz is I'm going to show you how knowing these personality types will make you a better listener, make you better when you do your parties. You ever get frustrated with a hostess? Or somebody would do a great party, so why won't she commit to a party and do everything you tell her to do? You read it? That was just, you give them everything they need, and they just don't get it, or I don't know where that is, or, I was supposed to do this. Anybody ever done that to you? I'm the only one. You're going to understand the personality type, and you're going to deal with each person in the realm of their personality. So you're going to be able to give each hostess, or each potential hostess, exactly what she needs to be the best she can be, because you're going to speak her language. You're going to not bore the ones with the details, because you've got all the details you need. You've got the back office, you've got all this stuff. You're going to know who to give it to, and who to not even think about giving it to. And they both can be amazing hostesses, but you're going to treat them differently. And we're going to break this down into only 4 categories. So we're not going to try to be Einsteins. We're not going to try to take a psychology class right now. We're going to make it really simple. Also, what it's helped me do, it's helped me in my sales, because everybody buys differently. So you're going to be better at selling, because women, we love to buy. We like to be sold to. First thing we say when we walk into a store, and the sales clerk comes up to us and says, "Can I help you?" What do you say? "I'm just looking." Are you just looking? You're there with your pocketbook and you know it. But you're there on your own terms. You want to look around first, then you want to come to help. So you want to buy. You don't want to be sold to. And the best thing this course did for me, it made me a master recruiter. And do you know, I love the word recruiter. You know why? The word recruit means a changed life. They use it in the military. It's a changed life. In the industry, direct sales, it's gotten a bad name, bad rap. They're trying to recruit me, but it really means a changed life. So we use team building, we use sponsor a lot. So I changed a lot of lives because I learned this skill. Because I have a personality type. And I could probably drive some of them crazy. And I know it. And I know everybody's trying to say, "Ray, you got to talk slower." I'm going to tell you, listen faster. Okay? Because because I am who I am. I still know a lot. But it's so fun to know that, hey, this is who I am. I embrace it, and I use my skills the best I can. But I'm also very aware of who I'm with. So if I'm with someone, whether it's an interview or hostess, I'm coming down to wherever they are, going up to wherever they are. We're matching the person in front of us. So it's not about us. It's about the person in front of you. It's about even your child. This is going to help you with your children. Many of you have more than one child. I don't know who gave you that idea, but you do. And they're all different, aren't they? So you're going to deal with your children differently because you're going to have the personality type. Your husband, you're going to deal with differently. It's going to change life. All right. So I've limited a time, but we've given this section a little more time because we're going to take a test. And don't think, oh, it's a test. It's a personality quiz. But there's a caveat with this. I'm going to pass around, and Mary, I'm going to use you as my helper, please. Wasn't Mary wonderful this morning? Your round of applause. All right. Before we hand this out, there's a caveat. You have to do it quickly. Not because I'm from New York and I tell you to. Because when you're thinking of your personality, if you overthink this, it'll make you nuts. So I'm going to hand out one sheet, all right? Then I'm going to give you the calculation sheet. I want everybody, including corporate, to do this. This is so much fun. So don't think you're hiding over there in corners. Not happening. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your pen. And you're going to have the most and the least on this. I'm going to let Mary give everybody one. Okay, let me have one second. Okay? All right. You're going to, don't overthink this. There is a category that says most. Do not scratch it. You want to circle the symbol. You're going to need to calculate the symbols. So when you see these four different personality, like enthusiastic, daring, diplomatic, or satisfied, you're going to circle in the most aisle, the one that is the most like you. Listen up, everybody. There's going to be four options in each category. You might be all four. So you got to think fast, because if you overthink it, it's not going to work. Which one is like immediately, which one? Oh, yes, that's me. And then the other one on the other side is going, which one is your least? Now you might be all four and none of them are your least, but you've got to pick which one out of the four is least like you. And you will come up to a head and say, I can't think. When that happens, pick one. Just which one out of the four is least like you. We're going high, we're going low. So go ahead and start circling. Let me just tell you what the other three graphs are. Everybody say shh for a second. You can keep on going. I'm not telling you to stop. But let me just give you the next step so those who are done can go on to it. Please don't worry, you're not rushed. I just want to show you the next step, because the fun will begin as soon as we're done with this. Okay, now you've got your totals here. In graph 3, you have your totals. In graph 2, you have your least. Graph 1, you have your most. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to go up to here where it says most. Right at the top left corner, you see this graph that says most. Now, for the detailed personalities in the room, do not worry when we do this graph. It doesn't have your exact number on here. We're going to get it close to it. Okay? So, on the most graph right here, you're going to take, look up for a second, your graph 1, these most right here, okay? You're going to go to your D. You're going to get that number. How many circles were in that D? So, let's just say in the most, you have 15 circles. Go to your most graph. Find 15 in this D lane right here. See it? Everybody looking? That D. You're going to take this number. Let's just say it's 15. Find 15 on the row. Do not worry about the very left, these little tiny numbers. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the right side that has a 7, 6, 3, 4, 3. Don't worry about it. Work with these little numbers on the row only. Do you see those? Everybody says this on the D row only. Put your number, put a dot as close to the number that is yours. Like, for example, on the row D, it has 27, and then the next number is 12. So if your number was 18, put a nice big dot, like right under the 27. You're not going to have your exact number, just get it up there. We're going to be having a visual in a second. Do the same thing with your eye. Go to your most. How many squares in your eye? Find the number closest to it on your eye row and put a dot. Dot so you can see it. Same with the S, same with the C. And this is only in your most category. Then you're going to draw a line from each dot. You've seen these graphs before. A dot will go from this one to the I, to the C, to the S to the C. Do the same thing on the least box, and then don't do the overall yet. Just do most and least. Let me just talk to you for a minute. DISC is amazing. It's simple, but it's profound at the same time. Now, as people, we are all four of them. Make no mistake, you would have all four. And make no mistake, when I started in my own business, back when I was in my 20s, Olivia, I started very young. I'm 26, I'm still. But I was totally one personality because I had never done business before. So it's okay if you're saying, wow, way up here. Things can change as you're in business. I also took another test. Now, this what I'm doing today is a 3-hour presentation. Okay, we're doing it in like an hour and 15 minutes. So this comes along with phone calls with me. If you want to follow up and really dig into what this could mean for your business, Monday morning, I'm a phone call away. Okay, I'm going to go over this with you. There's the test that extends with this. There's also the one that goes with it will tell you what you are in your whole life versus what you are in business, which is different. Because I am a bit of a different personality when it comes to my business. I'm much more business-oriented, task-oriented, detail. But if you catch me when I'm not doing business, I'm dancing on the table, swinging from the chandelier. Right? But when it comes to business, you see that. When it comes to business, I get the job done, and I'm doing lists, and I'm not a list taker. But if there's something I want to win, or something I need to do, or a dollar amount I need to earn, that's when that side of me comes up. So when you're looking at this thing, oh my God, I'm a mess. You're not. We're just going to say what you are naturally, and then everything else comes along. So you're going to have a maybe very high, then you're going to have the next one down. And some of us have a very high, and everything else is way down here. And that's how it was when I first started business. Okay. So let me tell you what the DISC stands for in a nutshell. And I'm going to give you these to go on. I just don't want you to look at everything all at once because you get a little confused. All right. So you're looking at your most tickets. Don't hand it out just yet. After I read this, we'll hand this out. Okay. D. Let me give you a synopsis of what a D personality is. Now here's the kicker. We're talking about you, but ladies, you're in a direct selling business. I want you to start thinking now about people you deal with as well. And you're going to start noticing, oh, that's why she didn't hold what you're supposed to, or I might have confused her. I might have given her too many details. I thought she needed all the information. I should have just showed her the fun. Told her that. You're going to start thinking about other people in your life. You're also going to start thinking about people in your life that you want to talk to about joining Christian Bling. And you may have always just talked about the Christian sisterhood, but you might be talking to the person that needs the numbers. They need to know that they can make a 6-figure income with this. If they stick with this now, start early. But to her, it is about the money. She needs to know that she can do this because she is miserable at her other job. She wants this as a career. So you're going to have to take off your party hat, and that, as far as it's not all about that, you need to show her getting in the ground floor. This is what this could mean to you financially. So does that make sense? You're also going to know your detail personality. If you're a really high personality person and you don't have all the details, you don't have the flyers, and you don't even know where to find them, you need to know where to find the answers. Because I'm not naturally a detail person, but I know where to find the details. And I've got Elizabeth's number, so at any given point in the day, I can say, Elizabeth, can you get me the detail on that? And I know where to go to for the answers. So you're going to know who's in your life that can get the details if you're not detailed. And that's important. Because when I was doing this, and I was doing direct sales, and I was hiring assistants for my office, guess what, ladies? I was hiring people like me. I don't need another party person in my office. I need Elizabeth in my office that knows what the details are. So this will change your life. Okay, so let me tell you what a D is. Don't write it down because I'm going to votes. Correct. What? We're votes. Yes. Right. No, I was going to tell you what DISC is. I'm going to give you this. D in general. D in general. Ready? Direct and decisive. D's are strong-willed, strong-minded, people who like accepting challenges, take action, and get the job done. When you're talking to a D, when it comes to like a party, you're going to be telling her why she should have the party, what's in it for her. She does not really care that everybody's going to get together and have fun and have margaritas. She wants to know what's in it for her. She's not going to take time out of her busy schedule to host that party. And now listen up. If you're interviewing a D, she's the one. You're going to say, you're in on the ground floor. You can become an ambassador director before anyone else. If you get in fast enough and you can beat Tina and Olivia to the top. They want to get in. They want to beat Tina and Olivia to the top. Okay? Or you to the top. They like the fact that it's Christian-based and they can make girlfriends, but that's not their main focus. Their main focus is they are business-oriented. They're going to make a business decision. And you will only need one interview with them. They will make their decision right then and there. You don't have to maybe pay me around and say, and if you need to ask your husband, that's okay. No. Let me help you get started. Let's open up our laptop. Here's the website. Close right there. She will make the decision. She'll tell you, yes, it's for me, or no, it's not for me. She's going to book a party. She can say yes or no. She's not have to go home and ask her husband if they can find a babysitter that night. She makes the decision. She'll say, I can do that. Because she's going to rearrange everything she needs to do. Just like you ladies all have a little D in you because you made it here today. So you got the job done to get here. So I don't care if your D is way down here. In your business, every single one of you have D in you. Because you're here this weekend. There's a million other places you all could be. Don't you agree? Yeah. Absolutely. So you're business-minded right now. All right. Eyes are fun, plain and simple, interactive, optimistic, and outgoing.
What is?
Your eyes are influential people who like participating in teams. They love sharing ideas, energizing, and entertaining others. I'm going to tell you how to identify these too. When you have an eye in front of you, this is critical. You ready? If you're going to weigh it in your life, this is going to change your life. Do not give her all the hostess packets, tell her everything she's going to win, and here's the details, and if you do this, this, and this, you'll get this, and all of that. If she wants to join the company, you're not telling her about tax advantages. You're saying, let's get the girls together. I got the pina colada maker. You're going to win free jewelry. Look at these diamonds. And you're going to show her the hostess necklace. She's going to do it because she is fun. Let her be fun. Let her go. Now, when it comes to recruiting, your eye personality, again, you're not going to bore her. You're going to show her pictures of this career conference right here. You're going to say, look at the fun. Look at the girlfriends. Look at the sisterhood. She doesn't care usually about the six-figure, although I got into direct sales for the money and for the free car. But you didn't have to give me all the details. They just showed me a seminar tape with women in long gowns with diamonds and handsome men, taking you down the stairs in tuxedos. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. Congratulations. I'm like, oh, I'm in. And I did not have $100. And I'll tell you what, I found $100 real quick. Women, when they want something, they'll find it. If you had met me, I did not have $100 to start with. But I called my mom, and I told her, I said, what do you think about this? And I'm thinking about this. She goes, oh, you should still do it. I said, what? I have $100. Oh, honey, I'll give you that. And she gave me $2,000 more to get inventory. So we find a way. But that woman didn't bore me with a bunch of detail. She showed me the limelight. Because she knew enough when she met me. Because she said, tell me a little about yourself. And you can walk in the room, you know an eye. Eyes and these are kind of easy to spot. Now, with an eye will also make a decision right there. Whether you're booking the party or you're interviewing her. Don't fall into all this. Let me check my schedule. Let me ask my husband. Your D's and your I's don't do either. Your D does her decision because she makes a decision. Your I will do it and ask for forgiveness later. She is emotional. She will book a party knowing her husband will kill her, and her house is a mess. She doesn't care. She wants to have fun. She'll find a place. Well, she will hold it at the local library. She has all of her friends in the neighborhood that all come together. She'll get the biggest house, the most fun, and she will have the party. So those two, don't waste your time thinking, okay, well, you go when you ask. They don't need to. Get it down. Interview, same reason. Open up your laptop, show her, listen up, the beautiful website, and the beautiful women on there, and the beautiful jewelry. You will have her at Shiny, and she will sign up. Do not waste your time by saying, okay, then you can just take this when you have a chance, go ahead and go on. You close her right then and there, and you sign her up. They like to be led that way as well. You've got to learn to close the sale, whether you're booking the hostess for the party, or whether you're team building and changing her life. D's and I's, you can change your life just like that. Okay? Now that, all you're looking, if your D is your highest, that is just what comes naturally to you. If your I is your highest, that's what comes naturally to you. Remember, the next one down is also important as well. And the other ones below are learned skills. Like I said, my C, which we're going to get into in a minute, is way down here, but I've had to learn those skills or I can't run a business. So although I don't like numbers, I don't like to have to do my taxes, I don't like to keep track of things, I've learned I need to, but I've also learned to bring people into my life that can do it naturally for me. Make sense? So stop beating yourself up and think, oh God, I'm not good at that, I need to be good at everything. Yes and no, you need to know enough about everything to be dangerous, and bring people into your life that are just naturally good at it. You all are going to meet Dawn later. Naturally good at numbers. I gave her everything. Here is my bank account. Here is my job. I gave her crumpled up receipts. Here you go. She's going to fix me. It would take me years to figure out how to do all that. She's going to fix me. So you find people that can fix what you don't do good. And stop trying to be great at everything. Because God made you the way you are, great at what you're great at, embrace that, help others because you're something they're not. Make sense? But let's go back to direct selling. I just want to help you give what these personality types need so you don't feel frustrated. Like, why is nobody booking? Or why can't I close a recruit? Because you may be telling them all about the wrong stuff. So when I learned to not be me at the interview and be everything for her, changed my booking. I was hosting 3 or 4 parties a week. I was having $400,000 a week in sales. And I was selling $10 items, eyeshadows. $300,000 in sales in a year on $10 items. Because I learned to be quiet and match the person I'm with. And that's a challenge for me. Oh, okay, Rita, thank you. I love peanut gallery over there. Yay. All right, now you put me home too. It is a struggle for me to talk slow. It's a struggle for me, but I've learned if I'm dealing with a quiet person, I need to match that. And say, this business can be that for you. Because you know what? If you're mild-mannered and you're soft-spoken, we need you on my team in this company because I'll scare off some people. And you start laughing. She knows me. But you will attract people like you that need you to be the one that surfaces that. Make sense? This is all good. All right, now the next one is S. Your S is steady. I've got a lot of S in me because S is family-oriented. But S is sympathetic and cooperative. S's are you're looking at her. S's are helpful people. Now listen to this. Now we're getting from on stage to off stage. They like working behind the scenes, performing in consistent and predictable ways, and being good listeners. Your S is your steady person that is slow to change. When you interview her, when you go to book her for a party, you're going to have to let her go home and ask her husband. Or see if it's going to work out with her kid's schedule. That's important to her. So it's more dominating. I'm a high I and the next thing right up there is a D. So I want to get the job done, get it done fast. But my eye is like, let's just do an S. So I have to realize when I'm working with an S, when she's saying she's got soccer practice for her kids, her husband's coming home for the weekend, me are like, oh, they'll be fine, just book. They need to go home and ask. If they say I need to ask my husband, or I need to talk to the family about joining Christian Bling, you're going to have to let her do that, and you've done nothing wrong. Us fast ones are like, come on, make a decision. It's not that difficult. $199. But it's important to her. So you allow it. But, key, everybody look up, key, follow up. When you let them go to the next step, before you leave, when are you calling her to follow up? Okay? When's a good time for me to call tomorrow or the next day to find out the answer? Because they're very slow to change. They like systems, they like steadiness, they don't change often. And I'll tell you what the good news is. An S personality on your team is not hopping from direct selling company to direct selling company to direct selling company. Like the eyes. Grab some, I'm you. We're trying shiny objects. Ooh, that one looks fun, that one looks good. You get an S, it takes a little more work to get her to make that commitment. You do. She is much more steady, more loyal, because she's not attracted by the shiny objects. Okay? Worth the extra effort. Okay? But you've got to let her be that S, be steady, and reassure her this fits into your plan, this fits into your schedule, whether it's a party. I'm not going to displace your family. You've got 5 kids. Well, how about a neighbor's house? How about the community room in your subdivision? You're helping her find other ways so it doesn't interfere in her family schedule. Like I said, the I doesn't care. She's moving everybody out. But the S cares about that. That's very important, okay? So we got to work with steadies. So those are 2 interviews usually. For an interview, a little bit more finesse when booking the party. And she's also the gift giver. So when you're dealing with gift giving, she's buying a piece, bet you dollars to know that she's buying a piece for her daughter too. She's buying a piece for her neighbor. who is sick and just got diagnosed with cancer. You know, they're very, very good about that. They're the ones that are bringing the cookies to the party. They're the helper, they're the servant. They don't care about the limelight. So when it comes to booking that party, it's all about her being able to get gifts for free for other people. Make sense? Okay. Now your C's, and I'm going to give you this to look at. Your C personalities are the one I probably clash with the most because they are very detail oriented. They will find every mistake because that's what they do, because they like everything perfect and it's a good quality, very good quality. C's are concerned and correct. C's are sticklers for quality. They like planning ahead. They love checking and rechecking for accuracy. They're the best ones to proofread what you... And I think of April in the staffing industry, and if you're looking for somebody in the office that's going to motivate the team, you're going to get an eye. You're going to be, woo! But if you want somebody to proofread, do your flyers, get out the email, and be correct, you're not getting paid to do that. I can give contact. You're going to find somebody in the group that's a C personality that can find those details. So you'll notice our office has all the different personality types all in the right place, thanks to April's knowledge and knowing where people... or their strengths are, and if you jump up and do something that's maybe not your strengths, oh no, you don't have to do that. Let's get somebody else to do that. Okay, but you know where your strengths are. Notice the quality of Christian Bling, at least doing his strengths. Really all works together. So that C personality. So if you're looking for an assistant, you need to look for that C. Don't look for somebody necessarily who's like fun and be fun to be with. You need somebody that picks up that slide, that's going to get those D, that knows where that piece of paper is. I need this. Great, know where it is. You ask Anaya, by the time she gets to where it goes, she's going to have to pray along the way, and then she's going to get on the phone, and she's going to be, oh, what did you need again? Now we'll know where it is, but it'll take a little longer to get it. All right, so I know you're all laughing at yourself now. All right, so with that, I'm going to tell you now how to change life. Charlene, if you would, I'm going to give you some fun things to look at. I'm going to go over, give everybody one of these. And then, Karen, you're going to give everybody one of these. Okay. Did that help? That help? All right, while we're doing that, if you're a D personality, raise your hand. If your highest one is D, your highest is D. Look around. D. D's get it done. Dominant, look around. Tina, look around. Our corporate, I mean, kind of look around. And it's a fun thing. You're D's. There you go. High D. How many is a high I? High is not. Look at it. You know, direct sales. We love it. We want to be in authority. But you know what? All the high I's are here too, because we said party, you were here. We said bowling, you were here. All right, who was a high S? S is the highest. S is the highest. Okay. Has to be the highest. S, okay. Who's a C? Who's the detail? Detail. Who's the high? Detail? Detail. Very few. All right. You know what? The D's are in the office. The D's are dotting the C's are in the office. Dotting the I's, crossing the T's. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to tell you something. All right, this is the part that's really cool. This was a good balance. There's a good balance in this one. Yeah, okay. I'll bet you. All right, I want you to look at something to kind of break it down now. Does this help kind of knowing, like, now you're kind of figuring things out? Like, oh, okay, I get it. Now you start to think about your husband. Oh, I know what he is. You know? You're going to know where it's strengths to work on. And you know what? I thought my husband was a high I like me until he took this test and realized he had a lot more C in him. Listen to this. Have you guys ever been to a movie with someone? Anybody go to the movies? Never. All right. You ever come out of there and you're always with that same person? This is my husband. Comes out and they have a better ending. Love the movie, but I would have done this different. Yeah. They say, it's like, oh, I thought it was nice. I said, you know what, Darn, you already see. Now, he doesn't know where all the paperwork is. He's not going to, bounce checkbook. There's a lot of C in him because they see things differently, more critical, more, I can fix that. Or they'll find the mistakes. Did you see that mistake in there? That bridge really isn't in San Francisco. They Photoshop that. They're going to notice that. All right, so it's kind of fun. It's really fun. You know what I tell them? It's nothing to see. We're at the movies. It's time to be an eye. Time to just have some fun. So it's just so much fun. All right. So take this piece out. Take this piece. Look up. Take this one out. See these circles? I want to show you something. I don't know if you can see this over here. Can you all see me over here? All right. Watch this. I can't see. Okay. You're going to take a circle. This is going to break it down. Everybody see? Here's a circle. Look how talented I am. Okay. Break it down. You're going to notice this graph right here. Let me tell you what it means. Okay. On the top of the graph, here's your D, here's your I, okay? Here's your C, and here's your S, D-I-S-C, right? If you're up here, your highest is a D, and your next one right below it is an I. I'm going to break this in half. Your top right here is outgoing. So even though you think the I's and the D's were completely opposite, they're not. Both D and I are outgoing. Okay? D is outgoing in a business manner, getting the job done. The I in a fun party manner. They love to have fun, but they're both outgoing styles. So see what your top is, see what your next one is. See if your arms are going to be on the same level. Your bottom, your S's and your C's, they are more reserved. Your C is reserved. So let's see. Don't look at my spelling over here. Reserved. You know what I mean. And your S's are reserved. So the person I have is more reserved. They're not on the stage usually. You've got your C that's very correct, and your S that's very family. But they're both on the reserve side. So if your top and your next one is C and S, you've got both sides of your top very reserved. So that means you're going to have to work on a little bit more, being more outgoing to be in this business. Step out of your comfort zone to talk to strangers, to network. But on the other side, if you're like this is me, I'm a high I, but right close second is a D. That's today. 10 years ago, my D was way down here. But because of business, I've raised it up so high. So now both of my personalities that are on top is very outgoing. So I need to learn when to bring it down. Okay? Now, it's a good thing if you've got one on each side. That's your high type 2. Let me tell you why. This side is task. Okay, so if you're a DC, you're task orientated, but you've got two of the nice balance. You're task orientated, but you're also outgoing if your top is a D. Make sense? If you're a top C, there's also a good thing. You've got a nice balance. Your task, and your reserve, but you've got your task going over here. So you can get the task done. Okay? Let's just talk about your top 2. Your over here is people. Okay, this is the people side. If you're an I up here, you're outgoing people person. That's great, but you're going to have to learn some tactical skills too. If you're an S, you're a reserved people person. Okay? So when you're thinking of if you're an SC, if your top was an S or a C, and your top is a C or an S, that means you're completely reserved right down here and or task or people. So you've got to bring it up a little bit when you're talking to outgoing people. Does that make sense? I have it right here for you. So your D style is outgoing task, your I is people and outgoing, your S is people and reserved, and your C is tasked and reserved. So you're going to notice which one. So DIs are outgoing, but if you're a D highest, you're tasked and outgoing. If you're an I over here, you're people and outgoing. If you're a C highest, you've got task skills and you're more reserved. S, you love people, but you're still more reserved.
What if you're an IS?
If you're an IS, you're over here, okay? And you're outgoing. That is really good to be because you've got outgoing in you and you've got reserved in you. So you've got a nice balance. Okay, versus being just on the bottom. Watch this. If you're high C's, high S, you're on the bottom here. Doesn't mean you're on the bottom. It just means you're more reserved. And both facets of your personality is more, everybody got, you're more reserved. If you're DI, how many of you guys are D and I or your top 2? Doesn't matter what order. Alright, that means you are very people and outgoing oriented. So when you deal with an S or a C, you've got to bring it down, you've got to know that they're going to be there for the details. They're going to need details. You're going to be able to know where those details are. And they're going to be more reserved. You need them in your life. They make great hostesses because they don't need the limelight either. Okay? Well, but you do right here. If you're a CS, anybody CS? S and C are both your highest. You're down here. Well, nobody is? That's a more rare one for a conference. You know why? Anybody know why? Right. You're much more detailed. You really don't care about the conference. You'll get the memo on Monday. Make sense? Your D's need it now, they need it in person. Because they're going to run the show. They're your ambassadors or directors. They want agency. They want on the okay? And your eyes are here for the margaritas later. Are we having margaritas later? All right. So make sure that helps you. And go ahead, you can ask a question. How many more time?
I got it on DS.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Because you've got high D, high business skills. You're outgoing. You've got a reserved side because family is very important to you. So you've got a nice balance there. So you've got 2 high points that balance you out.
Thank you. I was
She was confused. It's excellent to have one of your high points up and with the next one on the other one. Either direction. Either direction. Now look at me. I'm just a big lopsided ball here. I'm right here. So remember I told you I have to work on down here. And C's and I conflict a lot. You know why? You know why? And I've learned through the years. I don't know, old age. Or the fact that I almost died, you know, that happens, you really just don't care. So I'm alive, hey, take me or leave me. But with the C, I will make mistakes as far when it comes to critical typos and things. So you know what I've learned? That's me. You know, don't ask me to do something that's much more difficult for me to have everything detailed, critical. It's about like, I want to make you happy. I want to inspire you. But you're going to see a typo now and then, and that's okay. You know? So I'm way up here. I'm outgoing, D, I up on the top. So if you have highest and lowest on one of the level, you're much more balanced. But still open. Surround yourself with people who are not like you. But you need to understand this so you can book, sell, and recruit more effectively. Because when I learned this and I started recruiting, can you imagine what I was like before I learned this? And I go to her, can you stop laughing at me? She knows. She's been with me for a long time. When I went to interview, it was all about the prizes. It was all about the free cars. It's all about the diamonds. And I'm talking to a D, or I'm talking to an S. You know what my averages were? I needed to grab my director to do the interviews. Because I was like, and I did not know why these women were not jumping on board because we were going to give them a free car. And diamonds. You know, I said, what is their problem? When I learned this, I was able to leave my director at home. You know what my average became? 9 out of 10 people I interviewed recruited. I had to do 5 in one day, all yeses. Because I'd ask them one question. Go over to this page. You're going to have the question. I'm giving you it all. Go to this piece. Go to this piece. Go to this piece. Second page. Change your life. Change your life. And remember, I know this is a lot of information. I am cramming 3 hours into an hour and 15 minutes. That one, exactly. You got it. That's it. I'm a phone call away on Monday. And I'm sitting there talking to you as long as it takes. So you can be the best at what you do. All right, the question at the very top under DISC for team builders. This was what I started to do that made all the difference to me. The high I wasn't a D at the time. I was just all I. I was all the thing. I was just excited. I was about to dive. I needed money, but if I was going to have fun, that's all it took. I want to be in the party. I started asking. And do this. And this is important. You don't get anything today because I'm talking to you about and giving too much. Remember this. You ready? At every party. You're going to learn a lot today about how to do a party. You're going to see a lot of beautiful jewelry, how to decorate it, how to celebrate it, all that. There's something very important never forget to do. Ask everyone at that party, tell me a little bit about yourself. Most important question you can ever ask in any interview, any girlfriend, a cup of coffee, tell me a little bit about yourself. At that time, you'll be able to find out which one she is and be able to fulfill her needs. It's all about her, even friendship. Ask your friend, tell me more about you if it's a new friend. If she's talking about her, I'll go over this with you. This will be easy. I want to just make it simple. Here's how she'll answer the question, and you'll know she's a DISC to know where to take the interview from there. And I even do that to potential hostesses. If I'm meeting her, before I even book her as a hostess, I'm saying, I'm at a networking event. Tell me about yourself. I go around to networking events. I'm not saying, hi, I'm with Christian Bling, or hi, I'm with this. It's like, hi, my name is, talking. So, tell me a little about yourself. Open-ended question, not a yes or no. I don't come up to you and say, so do you work outside the home? She could say yes, and I walk away. I can get me out of that one yet. I say, tell me a little about yourself. I want to see what she'll talk about first. If I ask her, do you work? She's going to talk about work because I asked her. If I say, tell me about yourself, she talks about work, going towards D, right? If I ask her, tell me about yourself, and she talks about fun and how she's here and how she got, and the girlfriend she knows, she's an I. If she tells me, and this happens a lot, if I say, tell me a little about yourself, and you say, well, my husband's a lawyer, I have 3 kids, little Johnny's in soccer, and so you tell me all about your family, and that happens all the time. I know S. Family is the most important to her. So if I'm going to continue the conversation, talk about whether it's a party or an interview, I'm going to wrap this around how this is going to empower and inspire her family. It's not going to take away from family. We're not going to displace your family for the party. The family's going to love it as a business. It's about her family. She has not even told me what she does for a living yet. I know anything about her, but I know all about her family. Make sense? Okay, so let's go this real quick. How she has a D will talk about her job and her accomplishments. I'm right here, going across. An I will talk about herself and what she likes. An S will talk about her family and the work she does with the family and with the church. And the C will ask you to clarify the question. Perhaps say, what do you mean by that question? Got it? Okay. The characteristics of a D, when you're talking about team building, anything else that has to say? They're result-oriented, career-focused. They make quick decisions. They're direct, independent, self-confident. And I is people-oriented, recognition-focused. You're going to talk about what when you're talking to an I right now? Anybody think what? There's one thing you better start talking about.
Fun.
What is the biggest fun we just announced last night?
Jamaica.
Jamaica! You just wear a let's go to Jamaica sign on you, and you're going to be the Pied Piper for eyes. They're going to get in, and you know what? They're going to win the trip to Jamaica. They are going to rally the troops, and then everybody know there's a contest. We will have I's in Jamaica, and we'll have D's, and you have the S's and C's. Now that you've learned this, you're going to learn how to make it happen too. Because now you're going to learn how to bring all that up and get the job done. Because you're the one that's going to know exactly where you are and what you need to do in the qualifications. You can't win these things without having C in personality. Because we can't ask you in May, so how close are you to the contest? I don't know. You better know. We're going to come in. You better know. Right? Because that's why I learned my secret. All right, your S is family focus, security, slow to change. Let the S know that it's okay. You can bring your family. Do you see what we did with that? That was one of the most, I know, like, the D's and the I's, like, what? And your C's are detailed, your C's are already booking their trip to get the best deal on their airfares. Okay, they've got their frequent flyer points, they know exactly how many they have. Now, when we bring up Dawn in just a little bit, you're going to see a C in action that knows the details, which we all need to know. Or you need to hire somebody like Dawn to know it for you. Okay? You see the I of Dawn, she's very rare because she's got the personality. Which is your question?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So on C where it says, the file, she says, please clarify your question.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us the second thing you'd say?
Oh, okay. Well,
Do you want to clarify the question?
Well, okay. You got to clarify your question. You have to tell me about yourself. So, do you work? Are you married? You're going to have to feed her some questions. Are you, do I have to detail it with you? Okay, do you work? Do you have children? Tell me about yourself. Tell me, work with me. But ask her, so do you work outside the home? Or, here's a great one. You ready for this one? I do a lot of networking events because I love meeting people. Now listen, I meet people with a purpose. When I go to networking events, I'm very purpose-driven. I'm there as an eye to have fun, but I'm there with a purpose. I'm going to book hostesses. I'm going to find new potential team members, but I'm building a relationship first. But by no means think that by being the eye, that I don't have a strategy with everything I do because I've been in business. So I go there and I can have a whole lot of fun. When I'm done, I know exactly who to follow up with and why and what to give them what they need. So I'm talking about Jamaica to the right people, but I'm talking about that ambassador position. Imagine to the right people as well. And I'm talking about this being a new company, and you can go to the top. And imagine being part of the beginning with Amway, or Mary Kay, or any of those first ones. You know where those people are now?
They're in Jamaica.
They're in Jamaica!
$10 million house.
That's right. So I would be asking, you tell me a little bit about yourself. Then I would say, so what brings you here to this event? What brings you here tonight? You're not just at a networking event just because maybe you are the people standing in the bar and drink. But you're there for a reason. Tell me your reason. So again, I did not ask for a yes or no question. yes and no questions, give you a yes or no answer. I want her to talk. I want her to tell me what she wants me to know. That tells me where I need to go with this personality. So does that make a difference? Open-ended questions. What brings you here today? You might go around here today. What brings you to the conference this weekend? What were you expecting to get out of it? That's a great question. Cheryl, what were you expecting to get out of this weekend? The I's are going to say, oh, I can't wait to see my friends. Where everybody is, that's who I am. The C might be, I need to get my strategies. There's a lot about the back office I don't understand. I need to come and get the details. See? Well, I'm going to go far in this business. I'm so excited to be a charter member. You're talking to these. I love this stuff. I want to be, the rock. I'm here to support. I'm here to move up. And the S's are going to be in that hall on the cell phone with the kids. And we all have S's. We all on that cell phone with our kids. What do you mean you missed school today? Where's your phone? Okay, get them on the phone. And we're all of them. So what I'm going to have to do, I can't go through it all with you because there's a lot. That's why I made these two things up for you. And if you notice, I will close with this because you were in for such a ride today. Such great classes. Look at this piece of paper, and I'm going to close. Okay, turn it to the second page, and you're going to have fun with this over lunch. Remember, I'm here all weekend, and on this, if you look at the DISC, to give you a little fun celebrity identification, your D type is like a Donald Trump. Whether you like him or not, he's been very successful. Gets the job done here in the New Yorker. The I is like a Dolly Parton. We all love Dolly Parton. The I is that woman that everybody loves. Very talented, and just has that warm fuzzy. The S is a Princess Diana. The caring, giving, family, and we all are all of them, don't mistake me. I'm a D, I love my family. And a C is the detail, Bill Gates. That's dot those I's, cross those T's. You need them in your life. Please think about hiring a C to organize your life. Because C is a much more rare bird, but you need them because they've got the skills that are very necessary in any business. And bring up your C, because I'm going to tell you right now as I close, and everything you need to hear, you can go during lunch and read the different personality types. So how many of you ladies want to win the trip to Jamaica? Woo! Oh, I didn't hear anybody. We're going alone? How many of you want to win the trip to Jamaica? All right, we're getting there. All right, you need a little tutoring. All right, how many are going to Jamaica? Okay. Your D, you're going to get there. The R, we're going to have a darn good time. Your S's, your family will find babysitters and they're coming with you, so you got to earn a little more so they can come with you. And your C's, you are going to know exactly where you are at every step of the way. So I know you're going to be there because not a point is going to go by without you making it happen. I hope this helped. If it didn't, oh well, I had a good time anyway, and that's the point. Yay! Thank you.